Good evening and welcome to another episode of Gotham by Night. Um, we are continuing on after two separate meetings that took place, one between Tatiana and William and one between Dr. Class and I guess Dr. Hightower. Um, uh, we are now focusing on William, who last we seen of him picked up his cat and left.
William decided that he will go visit his new friend, the Shark Man, who dragged him out of the ocean back to the pier and go to the bar he took him, which is apparently filled with alligators. Going to bring his cat there and get shit faced while playing with Kitty with like a, I don't know, like a leaf he found in the street or something.
Okay, let's go to the other two then. Oh, forgot to mention that Tatiana did receive a text message from Nate explaining some things that happened with their discussion with Dr. Class and that they would be visiting her. So she replied that that is alright and things would work out and invited them over at her residence, including the address to the place. So, yeah, now we go to the other two. I'm gonna find a picture of the house in the meantime. You're muted, Ahmed. Atlas,
Yeah.
you two are supposed to,
Yeah, sorry.
do the thing.
um, the thing is, I don't know where we are in this, so it's kind of
Where were you
like
before?
we were at a restaurant.
Oh, well, I guess you have to leave it.
Surprise, surprise. Did I get a message from her as well?
No.
All right, then I know nothing, and I'll sit here until I'm told differently.
Is he BRB or is he just muted?
I don't know. He hasn't said anything.
Oh no!
But
You will. Nothing goes according to plan today.
elevator music, dude.
PSA. Now, enough with the PSAs.
PSA, this is a very loose game.
Yeah, it is a very loose game. Loose on all sides.
This is such a shit mess. I swear to God.
Uh,
Today's the day when nothing goes right.
Okay, I'm gonna text him. Uh, if I have to restart it, I'm gonna murder something.
we're probably going to.
Yeah. Probably won't have to. We've got like a minute of just us humming. This is why we don't do it live.
Well, what's happening?
I
Chaos.
know, but I'm gonna put up my hair.
Beautiful.
I said BRB, but I'm back now.
Oh,
Welcome
oh.
back.
Well, okay, we had elevator music. So, yeah, you're sitting at the restaurant with Dr. Class and you received the reply to your message with an invitation at the residence and an address.
The Dr. Class, my apologies for interrupting our meeting with text, but I informed my friend that you wish to meet, and she has sent us a place of residence and invitation. Should we go?
Yes, I suppose we can. There's nothing stopping us. Might as well get it over with, so to speak.
He nods, and he gets up and pays the restaurant's bill. Kind of looks at, waits for his car, and then tells Valet why my car has not arrived yet. Valet probably brings it immediately, and he enters to his car. He opens the radio. Katy Perry starts to play, and he changes immediately. I like giving these little monologues. I apologize, but he then arrives at the house. It's class.
I suppose I'll be driving my own car
The
after yours.
house. This is the house, by the way. Excuse the sky, it's fake as fuck.
Well, you said it, not I.
Yeah. So, yeah, what do you do?
I get out of the car and then wait for class to arrive. Like probably he was following my car, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's just gonna assume you know where you're going and just drive the other direction.
And basically, like after the class, kind of like parks his car, and Nathaniel parks his car, and he looks around this place, and like tries to make sure that like his car won't be fucking stolen, because you never trust Gotham City.
Well, this isn't the suburbs. This is a gated community. This is a safe place. This is where rich people live.
This is where his kind of people live, so he's happy.
Yeah. And by the way, compared to other houses around, this is a fairly small house because it doesn't like really big houses.
And Nathaniel will lead the way and knock the door.
Christian will follow, his hands folded behind his back, just looking around it curiously. He's not usually that often. He's not that often in the like rich neighborhoods. It's like,
Yeah, well, Tatiana will you can probably hear shuffling from inside because he's walking towards the door. And she will open the door in the sexy ass robe. Yeah. Because
Oh,
we're
no.
sexy ass. Oh, yeah.
the only one remotely interested in that is Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Nathaniel is like, He doesn't say anything, but his face is like he gives a look that Tatiana's like,
Well, yeah, she will go close and kiss him on the cheeks, as they do.
Mhm.
Only a bit more, what's the word? Sensually, but subtly enough that Christian wouldn't notice it, but Ned would.
Well, Christian doesn't care, so.
And let's take a step back. Welcome to my home. Please come in. And she will smile at the both of them.
Thank you. Has like a polite smile, just follows in. It's not bothered by any of this.
Nathaniel looks around and he takes his jacket off and he will like not give it to Tatiana. He will like hang it to somewhere where you hang your jacket.
Okay, well, there is a jacket hanging place there. I don't keep a butler because I don't like people around.
Christian will do the same after a short deliberation. Do I want to take off my jacket? Sure. That seems like I think I should do.
I mean, it's probably pretty warm inside the house. I would guess.
Nathaniel was just making
by
easy.
the attire.
Nathaniel was just making it easy for Tatiana to take his shirt off later. So he takes his jacket already. But yeah, he will like smile and says, "Where should we go? Where should we? Are we going to the living room?"
Yes, certainly. Please follow me. And she will lead them towards the living room, which is, well, it's not a big house. Like, after the entry, you can probably see the living room full of antiques, really classy, you know. On the back, there's another room that you can't really tell what it is. Where's the study? On the back, there's a kitchen, which is obviously not used. And then there's stairs going upstairs where the bedrooms are. Just giving you pretty much an outline of what the house is like. It's pretty small for a house and for the neighborhood, but it's what she likes and what she requires. Doesn't need any more space. So there. And she will lead them to the living room, offer them to take a seat, offer any beverages. Beverages, I mean, okay, to Dr. Class, because I know that Nathaniel can't really have beverages.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, it's a glass of water, please.
She will leave and go to the kitchen and will bring a pitcher and a glass and pour some good water to the good doctor. Because if
The
anything, she's a good fucking hostess, okay?
I have to say that it was a bit of my mistake for what happened, but Dr. Class wanted to talk to you after learning that I kind of pushed you to tell me about certain things, and I will formally apologize from the good doctor here for basically pushing Tatiana to tell me.
I have to apologize as well. But you have to understand, Doctor, if it was anyone else, I wouldn't have said anything.
The thing is, everybody has someone they consider if it was anybody else. And that's how word gets around. And I don't particularly want people to see me as anything but what I present myself as. The fact that I showed you and William in the first place was was a show of trust. Of I believe you won't abuse this knowledge. So the fact that a day later I find out that it's already been spread about, whether it's for just curiosity or not, it's concerning, and I quite frankly don't like it.
It's understandable, and I apologize for betraying your trust. I can say I have an excuse for it. Um,
The
but I
creating
will,
excuses. Oh, please go right ahead.
but I will do whatever is necessary to restore your faith in me, if you will.
There will come a time when I might ask you to do something as reparations, but I don't want this to impact the deal that's already been made. For my help, because this is a thing that I am willing to do, and I'm not willing to break that deal this easily just because you made a boo boo. He gives like a little smile at that because he finds
No.
himself hilarious.
As I as I said, I understand how you see this, doctor. I also feel extremely bad to push Dearest to tell me this.
Yes.
From where you stand, I don't think that you see any difference. This is the how it happened does not may not probably matter to you. But as I have said, I will help as I consider this as a faux pas on my part as well, I will help Mistress when you ask such request.
That is nice to know.
I would also like you to know, Doctor, that you can consider me an ally. If there's any help that you need in any way, I'm more than willing to offer.
That is
As I already told you, in our world it's very hard to have actual friendships and actual allies. Everything is often transactional. I don't
yes.
necessarily see it that way. If you need my help, I will help you.
You can consider the same thing from here. Just to make myself absolutely clear, so there's no future mistakes. Not that I believe you would intentionally, but if I find out that any of you, I know Nathaniel, I've already given this warning to Nathaniel. If it is further spread around, I will be very crass. And you yourself have seen some of the things I can do.
It's understandable.
You've seen some more violent things I do, and this is not a threat. I'm make that very clear. I'm not trying to frighten you. I'm not trying to put our relationship on the balance. I'm just inform you I would not see this happen again.
Yeah, I completely understand. And I apologize for any ill feelings that you may be harboring
Yes.
towards me at the moment.
Yes.
Good doctor has told me that there is no.
Yeah. I'm
There is none.
disappointed, but I'm not angry. I could have been clearer, as I see it.
But I think that you also told me that there's a danger to this, and that's why you were the way you are at the moment.
Yes. Being what I am isn't exactly without people wanting to find what I am, if that makes sense. And the people that usually want to find people like me aren't the type that I usually want to see find people like me.
I can say that I know um, anything about your nature, or, well, anything at all actually, but I will take your word for it and I promise not to put you in danger.
I will hold you to that promise. But that is all I
So,
ask.
so nod.
Now, unpleasantness all aside, you have a lovely home, from what I've
Oh,
seen.
thank you. Well, I guess it's not as extravagant as some of the other houses around here, but
Well, it's got
well,
style.
it's all that I need.
Yes. It's nice to
First of
see people
all,
honoring the older
well,
things in life.
well, it's not about being older things. It's about being of good taste. And I've been in a large mansion in other points of my life, and it's terribly, terribly lonely for one person.
I can only imagine.
Um, Cutting to William. What is his state at the moment?
Inebriated.
Put it in black, like that. Put forth.
It's like I can play the bartender if you want to, William. If you want to do it. I, I can really do if you want me to, just a funsies.
Sure, why not? uh, it's just they're like making the petting the cat is laying under the fucking bar with a drink on the other hand.
This is your bartender. He's like, man, that was the fourth round. You want more?
Can you just give me the whole bottle?
He gets the bottle and he says, "What's your pain, man? You seem like a guy in pain."
I need to mute
He looks
myself.
at the fucking goddamn bartender and he goes, "Ah, it's like some love pains, man. I
He goes,
just found out that the person I love is like, it's not really like love, man. I don't know anymore.
"It's like some addiction shit, man.
Yeah, it's like some addiction shit, man."
Listen, dude, I got like story for you. Once I got a girl, and then she fucked off, and I felt so empty. Then I realized, you know what? Fuck this bitch. I said myself, no girl ever gonna make me sad until I found another girl. It's the life, man. It's the life. You know what I mean?
Do you want a hug?
Not exactly.
Good, good. That would be,
That would be kind of weird, you know.
yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I don't want my boss to just feels like I'm making weird things for you, but like I'm just gonna give you this drink from the bar,
Thank you,
and he
man.
gives
Thank
another
you.
drink. No problem,
Yeah,
bro.
thank you.
No problem.
Goddamn dames, and then he downs the drink in his what do you call it, glass. Ah, god damn it! You can't live without them, and you can't kill them.
And he actually says, like, he raises his drink as well. Yeah, man, I agree. But I will return playing Hightower because I don't want SDC to be mad at me. So,
Yeah, but now I'm fucking crying.
so yeah, this was maybe like in the future, Brandon will allow me to NPC this guy more.
Oh god, I'm dead.
Oh shit, that's good.
Oh, that was good.
I literally had to
Uh,
mute myself because I couldn't. I was dying.
oh yeah. Okay. Whew. Would class try and see what William's doing, or maybe ask about him or something? So we have to connect the things somehow. So maybe class can ask. Um,
Sure. Um, Speaking of people who know, I haven't seen William in a while or heard from him.
well, he was here earlier. We did have a quite extensive chat. And then he took his cat and left. He didn't tell me where he went. I'm rather worried myself.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's that doesn't sound very pleasant for you or for him, of course.
Yes, I imagine he's affected emotionally at the moment.
If you want, I can find out where he is, or see if he's doing alright. I suppose.
Um, I mean, if you can, if I know he's okay, I mean, at
Oh,
least I will have one less thing to worry about.
well, I know for sure he's alive. So whether that's and he's not in any sort of terrible pain physically.
No, not physically.
But beyond that, I'd have to work my magic.
I'm hoping the young man is not sad, or he will get through his sadness.
Well, he is sad, very much so. But then again, I had to explain to him the whole situation, and that's a lot for a person to take in all at once.
Understandable. Well, if it was any someone else, I would have invited him to sit on my couch, but I understand that it would be quite hard for him to sit on my couch.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
That would be
He
breaking some
already
sort of oath, I'm sure.
says nothing else. He already feels lesser compared to you. That would be humiliating, honestly.
Oh, I'm happy he knows his place.
Just frowns. Like, he usually doesn't show any like negative emotion, just frowning. Like, really, bitch? He doesn't say that, but
Oh yeah, but Tatiana will say
yeah.
you shouldn't see him as lesser.
He isn't lesser, he's just different.
How should I see him? You guys tell me.
I want to see him as a meaningful friend, as an ally, as someone I can rely on.
Well, that's nice. I was gonna say see him as a friend.
Dr. Christian and Tatiana, I understand where you guys coming from. This individual means a lot to you, and I understand that. In other circumstances, I could have seen this guy as a friend, but he was glaring at me and doing other things and saying severed limbs to me. How do you want me to see him as a friend? Maybe in the future we will be. And I
Well,
will work for that if need be. If this group that we have at the moment if this person is important to this group we have at the moment or group that we are creating a bit, because as much as we don't say that this is not a group, this is indeed a social circle. So if this person is important to a social circle, then I will try my best to be friend with him.
Well, Tatiana will actually turn directly towards Nate. I will tell you exactly what I told him. I told him that you are important to me, and he is important to me as well. I would be very happy in the end if you two could get along after some of our particular effects are diminished, let's say. You have to understand his behavior last night was quite out of character and not his fault, as I explained. I wouldn't want you to hold him to that or to judge him based on that. It's
He
only a
smiles.
situation.
He smiles to Tatiana and says, if anyone else asked, this would have been different. But I will do what you say.
Thank you. After all, keeping peace among each other, among every one of us, at least have some semblance of trust towards one another is important, I think, for what's to come. And she will smile back at him, again, sadly enough, so that Christian doesn't get any sense or idea of what's going on. But those two are communicating in a different level at the moment. He doesn't see it, let's say.
I mean, I could roll for it if you really want me to.
Well, if you want to roll, whatever. What would you be rolling? It's not something that you can see directly because that's like, yeah, you know. Mm.
Roll to see lust. Nah, my character really wouldn't care anyway. Like, you guys can have all the fucking secret languages, as long as it's not something to do with me. Don't fucking give a shit. That shit. Like, if you fall in love with him, let him know. Otherwise, keep him out of your love lives.
The Nathaniel will smile. His eyes shines at Tatiana. Then he looks at Mr. Class and he says, I hope that now we are completely true with the problem that I have caused.
Of course, it has been talked out. No hot feelings.
He smiles.
They're a waste of time.
Well, then let's see if we can find William then. I know that we can invite him here, but perhaps you can make sure that he's safe.
Who's whispering in the background?
Not me.
I don't know, but that was creepy.
I was like, is the voices coming back? What's happening?
Is this what you guys like? Is this what you guys are hearing?
I don't hear anything right now.
Okay, then no.
Anyway,
It sounded like someone was trying to be creepy.
Okay, sorry.
Like
Never
whispering.
okay, like, doctor, do your thing. Damn it.
Well, I'm gonna figure out where the fuck he is. I guess I'll use Awakening for the fun of it. Wits plus Investigation plus Paragon. Yes. Six plus. Oh, that's 8.
Man, I see the dice roller and I see that willpower roll from yesterday. That was some powerful shit.
So did he succeeded?
What?
That's 6 plus 2 automatic successes from Paragon. So that's 3 successes to find out where the fuck he is.
I
think that's
am
enough.
I am in the pier, in the bar there. I forgot what it's called, but it's in the pier near the dock.
Can you tell that he's pissed drunk?
Not from doing this.
If you look through his eyes, you will see he's trying to dance like Amanda Shepard from Mass Effect.
Because
Really
I've played that game. Well, he's at this and this bar. It's this and this number of miles away. I mean, literally gives me the number of miles away the person is. I'm like,
Yeah, but
okay.
You don't need to tell us, though. You can tell
Yeah.
us that, he's at the bar probably getting shit faced or something. Yeah.
Well, I don't know who's getting shit faced with this. I just know he's at the bar.
Yeah, that's why I said
That is-
probably. What else would he be doing at the bar?
Dr. Claus is at the bar pretty often, apparently. He's just drinking water. This is the wrong
Like-
person to ask this.
From his eyes, this is the motherfucker you see. with his like fucking glass ass glasses, you see like probably you will see Bullet's character William through those glasses.
Oh, yeah, that's an awesome idea, actually.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm doing it.
You see through his glasses.
That's William sitting there.
Yeah, you see William shit-faced.
Yeah.
What
So
do you
Dr.
do?
Claus goes completely like stone faced, sits like really stiffly, and his eyes just glaze over white like a fucking blind person's eyes. and he like looked through William's eyes for a few seconds, was like, just, just he goes out of it after a few seconds. He's yeah, he's drinking alcohol. He just shakes his head a little bit. He's currently in front of a very Chad-looking bartender at this and this bar, which is this and this miles away.
What?
Just FYI, out of character, please don't go there. You guys will probably get beat the shit out of werewolves because
I
the
won't.
Well, we are not going. If anyone's going, it's the doctor.
Oh, thank fuck. Which is out of character. The shark guy told me never to bring a vampire here.
Well, yeah, and out of character, I believe that the vampires have other things on their mind, ATM.
yes, yes, thank fuck.
Soon to leave, they're gonna be fucking. Just know.
Oh,
All that's
totally.
keeping. All that. I am the line of purity going through this room.
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
do you
So,
want
can,
me to
can
go
we?
and make sure he's alright? Or
Yes.
he gets home safe? Or whatever.
Well, I don't know where he's going to stay now.
Well, I can take him to my place. He should be safe there.
Yes, do that. He's, let's say, not in a very good emotional state at the moment, and he needs a friend.
Yes. Well, I will take my leave then. It was good to have this talk with you all.
And please feel welcome at my house anytime. While I'm here, of course. That's
I'm
a
not,
smile.
I'm not going to
Um,
break into your house, don't worry.
So we'll get up to escort the good doctor outside and, hold his coat for him because he's a good hostess, damn it.
guys, I'm sorry I have to go, but this has been really
Right
fun, and
now!
yes, I'm sorry, I'm
We
really
can just
sorry.
take hours later, it's fine.
Yeah, and if you take William back to your home, he will transform into a wolf, so he doesn't, what's the word? So he can just curl up into a ball and not take up much space, so you don't have to sleep on the floor again.
Aww.
But yeah. Goodbye, people. Thank you for the game.
Right, boy.
Okay.
But yeah, I can just pop out and say, yeah, I go and fetch him and take him
Oh,
home. That deal.
well, yeah, I guess we'll have to do that in narration. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in narrator mode. Fuck,
Mhm.
Okay.
where-
I'm
give me a
ready. Bring it on.
fuck my life. I have to find the thing. Yeah,
No, that's
yeah,
Nathaniel's job
yeah.
for tonight.
Narration mode activated. Dr. Class leaves Tatiana's house and drives over to the pier. Upon entering the bar, he finds William in a state of inebriation. A bad state of inebriation. He has a kitten on his lap. It's a weird, weird thing to see. After some negotiating, he manages to take the cat and lure William out of the bar using the kitten. And they drive back to his apartment where I guess he sobers up. Yeah. Narration mode deactivated. How'd I do?
Fine. I'm
And
very
now,
proud of you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pop out of this call.
Oh, for fuck's sake! He doesn't want to experience the uncomfortable bits.
But you see, I really need to pee. So,
Have a nice time peeing.
have a nice time fucking you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Will
I
do.
hope you all come out of it fulfilled.
We will try.
You're the worst, Atlas.
That's because my character's innocent, don't mean I am.
Yeah.
Right, see ya.
Yeah. Bye. Anyway, we cut back to the house after, I guess the door closes.
The Nathaniel is like his arms are like at his chest attached to each other, and he is leaning to a wall and watching Tatiana.
Well, that's a weird posture, man. Are you poker facing me?
I am not.
Hmm. Because that's a very bad body language. Anyways, you will turn around and start walking towards him.
His body language will get relaxed. Then he will look at her while she is coming towards him, and he waits.
Well, when she will reach to where he's standing, she will reach her arms behind his neck.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They will start to kiss, and should we like fade the black?
Oh, Todd, but first, she's gonna say,
Hmm.
I think we left some things unfinished last night.
I agree.
Wink, wink.
He just says, "I completely agree."
And this is where we fade to black. Use your imagination, peoples. Thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching. This has been another scene of Gotham by Night. See you all next time.